What we eat isn't just food, it's also a part of us. And lately, it might feel like the things you've always eaten are suddenly working against you. Have you noticed that even when you try to eat clean, you still feel bloated or your energy just disappears by the afternoon? It's a strange feeling when the body you've known for decades starts acting like a stranger. Maybe you found yourself standing in the kitchen, feeling a sudden wave of heat, or looking at a plate of food and wondering why it's making your clothes feel so much tighter than they did last month. I talk to so many women who feel like they are doing everything right, yet they still wake up feeling heavy and tired. You might be asking yourself, why is this happening now? Did I wait too long to make a change? It's easy to feel like you've lost control over your own skin. You might even feel a little bit of guilt, like you should have known better, or that you're failing at aging. I want to pause for a moment and offer you some reassurance. What you are feeling isn't a sign that you are falling apart, and your system isn't failing you. You are simply experiencing a deep shift in how your body handles its daily work, and it is perfectly normal to feel a bit out of sync during this time. For years, your body followed a very specific internal rhythm, and now that rhythm has changed. It's like trying to navigate a new city with an old map. You aren't lost, you just need a better guide. The good news is that we can give your body exactly what it's asking for. There are specific everyday foods that can actually help quiet the chaos and bring back that steady, calm feeling you've been missing. But which ones really work, and how do they actually help you feel like yourself again? Welcome back to the Vital Women podcast. I'm Dr. Aiko Tanaka, and I've spent my career helping women navigate the deep biological shifts that happen as we get older. On this show, we explore what really happens in the body after 50. I want to start by telling you something you might not hear enough. Your system isn't failing you. I'm wearing two hats today to help you truly understand your health. First, I'm here as someone who hears your stories every day. The frustration of a sudden short fuse or that feeling of a drained battery by noon. But I'm also here as a specialist in hormonal health to show you the science behind why you feel this way. We want to move away from those cold clinical labels and get back to simple, real-world solutions that actually fit your life. Today, we are going to walk through 5 specific foods that help balance your estrogen naturally. We aren't just going to give you a grocery list. I'm going to show you exactly how these choices act as a support system for your body during this transition. You'll learn how to quiet the hormonal chaos and start feeling like the person you recognize in the mirror again. My promise to you is that by the end of this episode, you'll have a clear, easy plan to support your system using things you likely already have in your kitchen. You aren't losing your edge. You're simply learning a new way to fuel your strength. I want to dig into why this specific window of time matters so much for your body. For most of your life, your system has been running on a very predictable rhythm. Your ovaries were like a steady metronome, producing a constant flow of estrogen and progesterone that kept your mood stable, your skin plump, and your energy high. But as you move past 50, that metronome starts to skip beats. What's actually happening is that your primary supply of estrogen is beginning to dip, but it doesn't just disappear overnight. Instead, it swings back and forth. One day you have too much, and the next day you don't have enough. This hormonal seesaw is what causes those sudden night sweats or that feeling that you're losing your patience over nothing. Here is a concrete fact. By the time you reach menopause, your estrogen levels can drop by as much as 50% to 60% compared to your younger years. At the same time, your body is trying to find new ways to stay balanced, and it often looks to your digestive system and your diet to help fill the gaps. Your gut is actually responsible for processing and clearing out used hormones so they don't sit in your system and cause a bloating or weight gain. This is why the food you choose right now is so powerful. We aren't just eating for calories anymore. We are eating to give your body the tools it needs to navigate this shift smoothly. When you eat the right things, you're essentially helping your internal thermostat and your energy levels find a new, steady baseline. You're not just managing symptoms, you're teaching your system how to thrive under a new set of rules. Your body is simply responding differently to the world around it, and once we give it the right support, that out-of-control feeling starts to fade away. Before we get into the 5 specific foods that can help you feel like yourself again, I want to take a moment to really hear from you. I know how isolating it can be when you're navigating these changes all by yourself. You might feel like you're the only one in your friend group or your family who is suddenly struggling to keep up. But I promise you, that couldn't be further from the truth. Most women over 50 are feeling these exact same shifts in weight, sleep, and energy. I want us to start a real conversation right here in our community. Go to the comments or the message section right now and type the word balance if you've been feeling those sudden swings in your mood or your energy. If you feel like your internal thermostat has been glitching and you're tired of waking up in a sweat, type the word restore. I read every single one of your stories, and it helps me understand exactly what you're going through, so I can keep bringing you the answers you actually need. Are you finding that certain foods you used to love now leave you feeling heavy and bloated? Or maybe you've noticed that your cravings for sugar have skyrocketed lately. I'm asking because your body is sending you signals. The more we share these experiences, the more we realize that this is just a change in the environment, not a personal failure. When you share what's happening with you, it helps another woman realize she isn't losing it either. It builds a bridge of understanding that replaces that cold, clinical feeling we often get in a traditional doctor's office. Think about the one thing that has frustrated you the most this week. Was it the brain fog that made you forget a simple name? Was it the way your jeans felt just a little too snug by the end of the day? Whatever it is, put it out there. When we name these things, they lose their power over us. We stop seeing them as problems and start seeing them as signs that our system is simply asking for a different kind of support. I want this to be a space where you feel seen and heard. We aren't just talking about biology here. We're talking about your daily life, your comfort, and your confidence. So let me know, which of these signs is hitting home for you the most today? Is it the energy crashes, the sleep issues, or the changes in your skin and hair? Your input is what keeps this show going. It's what reminds me why I'm so passionate about looking inside the body to find these practical, sustainable solutions. We're in this together, and by sharing your journey, you're helping us all navigate this new stage of life with a little more grace and a lot less guilt. Remember, you are not broken. To start, let's talk about flax seeds, which helps us to keep the greatest balance. Imagine you're trying to find that perfect temperature in the shower, but the handle keeps swinging from freezing cold to burning hot. That's often how estrogen feels after 50. You might notice your skin feels thinner one day, but you're incredibly bloated to the next. Have you wondered why your body can't just stay steady anymore. What's happening is that your natural estrogen levels are becoming erratic. Flax seeds contain something called lignans, which are like a smart thermostat for your hormones. If your estrogen is too low, they give it a gentle boost. If it's too high, they help bring it down to a safer level. Be aware that without this balance, those swinging hormones can trigger intense hot flashes and night sweats. A simple solution is to stir 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed into your morning yogurt or oatmeal. Just this one small habit can help your internal system find its rhythm again. Your body is simply responding differently to its environment, and providing this steady support can make a world of difference. You aren't losing your edge, you're just giving your system a new way to stay level. Moving on, we have soy, acting as a gentle support system. I know there has been a lot of confusing talk about soy over the years, and you might have felt a bit nervous about it, but have you noticed how some days you just feel empty of energy, like your pilot light has gone out? This happens because your body's estrogen receptors are sitting empty. Soy contains isoflavones, which are very similar to the estrogen your body used to make in abundance. Think of them as a backup crew that steps in when the main team starts to retire. If you avoid these plant-based supports, your body stays in a state of starvation for those hormones, leading to bone loss and those frustrating mood dips. A practical solution is to enjoy traditional, simple foods like organic tofu or a warm bowl of miso soup a few times a week. This isn't about a radical diet. It's about adding a layer of comfort to your chemistry. It is not your fault that your natural levels are changing, and soy is a time-tested way to bridge that gap. Next up is the power of broccoli and cabbage. You may refer to them as the internal janitors. Have you ever felt like your body is holding on to things it shouldn't? Like extra weight around your middle, or a strange sense of puffiness that won't go away? You might ask yourself why your digestion feels so sluggish lately. The reason often lies in how your liver processes old hormones. Vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage contain a special compound that helps your liver clean house. They act like a broom, sweeping out the spent estrogen so it doesn't get reabsorbed into your bloodstream. The risk of dirty estrogen sticking around is that it can make your breasts feel tender and your moods feel much heavier. To help your body clear the path, try to have a small serving of these crunchy veggies every day, even just a handful of slaw or some roasted broccoli. This is a simple way to keep your internal environment fresh. Your system is just trying to find a new way to stay clean, and you are simply giving it the tools. Then we have lentils and beans, which act as smooth operators in our body. Do you ever have those days where your energy is great at 9 a.m., but by 3 p.m., you feel like you've completely run out of gas? This crashing fatigue is often tied to how quickly your body processes sugar and hormones. Lentils and chickpeas are incredible because they provide 2 things at once: steady plant estrogens and a massive amount of fiber. They work like a slow-release sponge, soaking up excess hormones and keeping your energy on a flat, even line rather than a roller coaster. Without enough fiber, those used-up hormones can actually leak back into your system, which is a major pitfall for weight gain after 50. A very easy step is to swap out a meat dish for a hearty lentil soup once or twice a week. It's a gentle way to keep things moving and keep your energy stable. You are not broken. Your digestion just needs a little more grip to handle the changes happening inside. Finally, we have got salmon and seeds. To wrap things up, let me remind you, drying out feeling, the dry skin, the brittle hair, and the joints that feel like they need a good oiling. Have you looked at your reflection and felt like a dry sponge? This happens because estrogen helps keep your tissues hydrated, and when it drops, the moisture goes with it. Fatty fish like salmon and seeds like sesame are packed with the healthy fats and minerals your body uses to build hormone membranes. They act like a deep moisturizer from the inside out. The risk of ignoring these healthy fats is chronic inflammation, which makes every ache and pain feel twice as bad. Try to have some wild-caught fish twice a week, or sprinkle sesame seeds on your salad for a quick boost. Think of this as giving your rusty hinges the grease they need to move smoothly again. Your body is just asking for a different kind of fuel to keep your glow alive, and you are more than capable of providing it. We have shared a lot of information today, but if you remember only one thing, let it be this: your system hasn't turned against you, and you haven't done anything to cause these changes. It is simply responding differently to a new stage of life, and it is asking you for a different kind of support. It is not your fault that your internal rhythm has changed. It is a natural transition that we can navigate together with a little grace and the right fuel. By adding these 5 simple foods to your plate, you are giving your system the tools it needs to find its steady ground again. You are helping your internal metronome find a beat that feels good for you. If this conversation made you feel a little more understood today, please like this episode and subscribe so you never miss a talk. I would love for you to leave a comment telling me which of these 5 foods you're going to try first. And make sure to tune in next time, where we are going to dive into the metabolism myth and why your usual workout might actually be making you feel more tired. You are capable, you are strong, and above all, you are not broken.